Welcome to this channel to hear a new information, story, autography, news and biography. Today we are gonna listen biography of Nicolas Tesla. Who is Nicolas Tesla? Do you know Nicolas Tesla? Who know Nicolas Tesla? Listen up to the end to hear amazing event. Nikola Tesla was born during a violent thunderstorm on July 10, 1856, in the small village of Smiljan. Lightning tore across the sky as if nature itself was announcing something extraordinary. Villagers later said the storm was a warning, but his mother believed it was a blessing. From his first breath, Tesla seemed destined to live between light and darkness. His mother, Kuka Tesla, was a woman of remarkable intelligence who never attended formal school. She invented household tools in her mind and built them with her hands. Nikola often said her creativity shaped his genius more than any classroom. From her, he learned that imagination is the root of all invention. His father, Milutin Tesla, was a strict Orthodox priest who valued discipline, language, and faith. He wanted Nikola to become a priest like himself, but Nikola's mind wandered beyond sermons and books into visions of spinning wheels and flowing energy. This inner conflict shaped his childhood deeply. As a boy, Tesla experienced strange flashes of light and vivid mental images. These visions were so strong they sometimes blurred the line between reality and imagination. Instead of fearing them, he learned to control and use them. This ability later allowed him to design machines entirely in his mind. Tesla possessed a photographic memory and an obsession with perfection. He could memorize entire books and perform complex calculations instantly. Yet this brilliance came with suffering, as his sensitivity made him socially isolated. Genius, for Tesla, was never simple or comfortable. One childhood moment changed everything. When he stroked a cat and saw sparks leap from its fur, he asked what caused this mysterious force. That moment planted a lifelong fascination with electricity. To Tesla, electricity felt alive, like a hidden language of the universe. At school, teachers were amazed by his abilities, but worried about his intensity. He often worked without rest, pushing his mind beyond healthy limits. His discipline bordered on obsession. Even then, Tesla lived as if time were his enemy. In his teenage years, Tesla fell seriously ill with cholera and nearly died. Confined to bed 4 months, he hovered between life and death. His father, desperate to save him, promised he could study engineering if he survived. That promise changed the course of history. Tesla recovered and pursued engineering with unstoppable determination. He studied in Graz and later Prague, absorbing knowledge at a frightening pace. However, he clashed with professors who valued rules over imagination. Tesla's mind refused to be caged. During these years, he developed the idea of alternating current. He imagined electricity flowing smoothly across long distances. Unlike the inefficient direct current of the time, this idea would later ignite one of the greatest scientific battles in history. But first, Tesla had to survive. Exhaustion, overwork, and obsession led Tesla to a mental breakdown. He wandered streets at night, consumed by thoughts and visions. Yet even in chaos, his ideas grew sharper. From suffering, innovation was born. Europe could no longer contain Tesla's ambitions. He dreamed of a land where ideas could become reality. America called to him like a promise. With little money and limitless dreams, Tesla crossed the ocean. In 1884, Tesla arrived in New York City with 4 cents in his pocket. He carried letters, calculations, and poetry. Towering buildings and buzzing energy filled his senses. He believed this city would understand him. Tesla began working for Thomas Edison, the most powerful inventor of the age. At first, he admired Edison's success and determination, but soon, their philosophies collided. Edison believed in trial and error. Tesla believed in perfect design. Edison promised Tesla a reward for improving his direct current machines. Tesla worked day and night, solving problems with elegance. When the job was done, Edison laughed and refused to pay. That betrayal ended their partnership forever. Tesla left Edison's company broken and penniless. For a time, he dug ditches to survive. The man who would electrify the world labored like a common worker, Yet he never abandoned his vision. Opportunity returned when investors finally listened to his ideas. Tesla explained alternating current with clarity and passion. Unlike direct current, AC could travel long distances efficiently. It was the future. George Westinghouse believed in Tesla. Together, they formed a partnership that would change civilization. This alliance challenged Edison's empire. The war of currents had begun. Edison launched a campaign of fear, calling alternating current dangerous. He even electrocuted animals to scare the public. Tesla responded not with cruelty, but with proof. Science, not fear, would decide. Tesla demonstrated AC by allowing electricity to pass through his own body. Lights glowed without wires, and crowds gasped in awe. He stood calmly amid lightning. In that moment, he looked like a man made of light. The ultimate victory came at Niagara Falls. Tesla's system harnessed the power of the waterfall and sent electricity miles away. Cities lit up for the first time. The world had entered the electric age. Fame followed Tesla briefly. Newspapers praised him as a wizard of science. He lectured across continents, inspiring awe wherever he spoke. Yet wealth never interested him. Tesla dreamed bigger than profits. He believed electricity would be free and available to all humanity. This belief made him unpopular with businessmen. Visionaries rarely please investors. He began working on wireless energy and global communication. Tesla imagined a world connected instantly through invisible waves. He predicted smartphones, radio, and the internet. The world was not ready to listen. In Colorado Springs, Tesla built massive machines that produced artificial lightning. Thunder shook the ground as electricity danced across the sky. Neighbors thought he was summoning storms. Tesla believed he was touching the universe. He built the Wardenclyffe Tower to transmit power wirelessly. It stood tall, a symbol of hope and ambition, but funding vanished, and the tower was destroyed. Another dream collapsed. As years passed, Tesla became isolated. His ideas grew more radical and misunderstood. Society labeled him eccentric. Genius slowly turned into loneliness. Tesla lived in hotels, feeding pigeons and talking to them affectionately. One pigeon, he claimed, meant more to him than any human relationship. Love, to Tesla, was purity without distraction. He never married, believing emotional attachment weakened the mind. His entire life was devoted to invention. Sacrifice was his constant companion. Personal happiness was a price he willingly paid. As new inventors grew rich, Tesla faded from public memory. Others took credit for inventions built on his ideas. He watched the world use his genius without knowing his name. Silence replaced applause. Yet Tesla never expressed bitterness. He believed truth outlives recognition. Time, he trusted, would reveal everything. History, he believed, never forgets. In his later years, Tesla spoke of death rays and defensive weapons. Some dismissed him as mad. Others feared his intelligence. Even at the end, mystery followed him. On January 7, 1943, Nikola Tesla died alone in a New York hotel room. No family stood beside him. No crowds mourned him. But the world around him pulsed with his inventions. The government seized his papers immediately. Rumors and secrets spread. Legends were born. Tesla became more powerful in death than in life. Decades later, the world rediscovered him. Scientists acknowledged his brilliance. Engineers praised his foresight. His name rose from obscurity to legend. Today, electricity flows through every city because of him. Motors spin, radios transmit, and power grids breathe his ideas. Tesla is everywhere, unseen but essential. He represents the price of pure genius. A life of brilliance without comfort, vision without reward, light without warmth. Nikola Tesla proved that imagination shapes reality, that the future belongs to dreamers, and that greatness is often lonely. His story reminds humanity to value ideas, not just profit, to honor vision before convenience, to listen to those ahead of their time. Tesla did not seek fame. He sought truth, and in doing so, he changed the world forever. As the years passed after his death, Nikola Tesla's silence grew louder than any applause he ever received in life. The world slowly began to realize that the modern age had been built on the shoulders of a man it had ignored. Every light that turned on, every motor that spun, carried his invisible signature. Scientists who once dismissed him now studied his notebooks with reverence. Page after page revealed ideas that were decades, even centuries, ahead of their time. Tesla had not merely invented machines, he had imagined futures. Many of those futures were only now becoming reality. The radio, long credited to others, was traced back to Tesla's patents. Courts eventually ruled in his favor. But the decision came too late for him to hear. Justice arrived after silence. Still, truth found its way through time. Engineers realized that alternating current, the backbone of global power systems, was Tesla's gift to humanity. Without it, cities would remain dark and industries silent. Civilization itself leaned on his work. Tesla had powered the world without ever owning it. In Serbia and Croatia, statues were raised in his honor. In museums, children stared at coils that once summoned lightning. Tesla transformed from forgotten inventor into mythic figure. History began to whisper his name with respect. Writers and filmmakers turned Tesla into legend. Some painted him as a wizard, others as a mad genius. But behind every story was a real man, sensitive, disciplined, lonely, and brilliant. The myth grew because the truth was already extraordinary. Modern scientists marveled at his predictions. Wireless communication, global information sharing, handheld devices. Tesla had spoken of them long before technology allowed them to exist. He saw the future as clearly as others saw the present. Silicon Valley innovators adopted him as a symbol of pure creativity. To them, Tesla represented the courage to think differently. His failures became lessons, not weaknesses. His persistence became a blueprint for innovation. Even a modern electric car company carried his name, honoring his contribution to energy and motion. Tesla, the man who died poor, became associated with technological wealth and progress. Irony followed him even into immortality. Historians began to ask painful questions. What if Tesla had been supported instead of ignored? What if vision had mattered more than profit? The world might have advanced faster, cleaner, and wiser. Tesla's life became a warning as much as an inspiration. Genius without support can fade into obscurity. Vision without understanding can be crushed by short-term thinking. His story challenged society to do better. Universities taught students not only his inventions, but his mindset. Tesla believed imagination was more powerful than knowledge. Knowledge was limited, he said, but imagination embraced the entire universe. His extreme discipline fascinated psychologists. Tesla counted steps, avoided germs, and followed rigid routines. These habits protected his focus, but isolated his heart. Balance he never found. Some wondered whether his loneliness was the cost of genius. Tesla himself believed sacrifice was necessary. He chose ideas over intimacy, purpose over comfort. It was a choice he never regretted aloud. Late writings revealed his hope for peace. Tesla wanted science to end war, not fuel it. He dreamed of defensive technologies so powerful that conflict would become pointless. Humanity, he believed, could rise above violence. Sadly, the world often twisted invention into weapons. Tesla watched this with disappointment. Science, to him, was sacred. It was meant to lift humanity, not destroy it. As time marched forward, environmental scientists rediscovered Tesla's emphasis on clean energy, hydropower, wireless transmission, efficiency. These ideas aligned perfectly with modern sustainability goals. Tesla had been green before the word existed. Teachers told his story to students who felt misunderstood. Tesla became a symbol for outsiders, dreamers, and quiet geniuses. His life told them that being different is not a weakness. It is often the beginning of greatness. Museums displayed his coils crackling with artificial lightning. Visitors felt wonder, fear, and excitement all at once. Tesla had always believed science should inspire awe. Even decades later, it still did. Philosophers debated his mind. Was Tesla a man driven by obsession or purpose? Was his isolation tragic or chosen? The answers shifted depending on who asked. Tesla remained complex, even in memory. His notebooks revealed that many ideas were left unfinished, not because they were impossible, but because time and money failed him. These unfinished dreams became challenges for future generations. In classrooms, students learned that failure does not erase greatness. Tesla failed often, publicly, and painfully, yet his successes reshaped the world. His life redefined what success truly means. Children hearing his story felt something stir inside them. Curiosity replaced fear. Questions replaced doubt. Tesla's legacy ignited imagination in minds not yet formed. In a world obsessed with recognition, Tesla stood as proof that impact matters more than applause. He never chased popularity. He chased truth. Engineers repairing power grids unknowingly honored him with every repair. Electric trains, factories, hospitals all pulsed with his ideas. Tesla lived in systems, not statues. His name became shorthand for brilliance. To call someone a Tesla meant they saw what others could not. Language itself honored him. Despite all recognition, mystery still surrounded his lost papers. Conspiracy theories grew. Some believed he had discovered forces beyond comprehension. Tesla's aura of mystery never faded. But perhaps the greatest mystery was his humility. Despite changing the world, Tesla spoke softly of himself. He believed ideas belonged to humanity, not to individuals. Today, when lightning splits the sky, some remember the boy born in a storm. Nature, it seems, knew him well. Electricity had always been his companion. Tesla's life teaches that timing is everything. Being right too early can look like madness, but time, eventually, tells the truth. He reminds us that the future is built by those willing to be misunderstood, that ridicule often walks beside revolution, that vision demands courage. His story encourages patience. Recognition may not come today or tomorrow, but meaningful work echoes longer than applause. Tesla showed that science and poetry can coexist. He quoted literature as easily as equations. For him, beauty and logic were inseparable. In modern labs, scientists chase ideas Tesla once dreamed alone. What was fantasy then is research now. His thoughts aged into reality. He remains a bridge between imagination and engineering, between art and science, between what is and what could be. Nikola Tesla never ruled a country or commanded an army, yet his influence surpassed kings and generals. Power flowed from his mind, not authority. His life questions society's values. Who do we celebrate? Who do we ignore? And how many Teslas are lost to silence? Tesla's humility challenges modern arrogance. His dedication challenges modern distraction. His focus challenges modern impatience. 79. When the lights turn on at night, cities glow like stars. That glow is Tesla's quiet monument. No marble needed. He proved that legacy is not built by wealth. Tesla's suffering was real, but so was his joy. He found happiness in discovery, in understanding, in moments of clarity. Genius, for him, was a form of prayer. He believed the universe was full of energy waiting to be understood. Humanity, he believed, was capable of greatness if guided wisely. Tesla's story does not end in death. It continues every time someone dares to think differently, every time imagination defeats limitation. His name survives not because of marketing, but because of meaning. History remembers those who change direction, not those who follow it. In a noisy world, Tesla remains a quiet giant. His influence is steady, constant, and unstoppable like current itself. He was not perfect. He was human, flawed, and fragile. But his mind reached where few dared to look. Tesla teaches us that the future belongs to those who prepare for it in silence, who work when others sleep, who believe when others laugh. His life is a lighthouse for dreamers lost in doubt. Proof that even if the world does not understand you, your ideas still matter. Nikola Tesla gave humanity light, motion, and connection. In return, history gives him remembrance, late but eternal. He asked for no monuments, yet became one, invisible, essential, and everywhere. Tesla's journey reminds us that genius often walks alone, but its footsteps shape the paths others follow. The storm that welcomed his birth never truly ended. It became global, controlled, and useful. Lightning turned into civilization. Tesla was not a man of his time. He was a man of all times. Past, present, and future meet in his ideas. When humanity looks forward, it still looks through Tesla's lens. Energy, communication, and innovation echo his thoughts. His story challenges every listener to ask, what unseen future am I capable of creating? Tesla believed imagination was sacred. That belief alone reshaped history. He died quietly, but his ideas speak endlessly, louder than thunder. Nikola Tesla was not just an inventor, he was a vision in human form, a man who trusted the future enough to build it alone. And as long as the world needs light, Nikola Tesla will never truly be gone.